Hello, and welcome to our enoboard demonstration. My name is Laura Fiegel, and I am with the Academic Technology Services Department here at Mount San Jacinto College. Technology in the classroom is constantly growing and evolving and completely changing the way that we view classrooms today. With technology consuming our attention more and more, we have found that technology can be a powerful tool to grab your students' attention and present information in a way that is easier for them to absorb. The goal of the ATS department is to evolve the learning experience, and one tool that we believe helps pull classrooms into that evolution is the enoboard. I'll be showing you how to use the enoboard, and at the end of this video I will show you how to get cheat sheets and additional training or general support if you experience any issues. When you begin to use the enoboard, the first thing you will need to do is power the system on. In most cases, you will turn on the system either a wall control panel or with a remote. If you are familiar with turning on our projectors, then you are familiar with turning on the enoboard system. This is known as the wall control panel. For the most part, it is self-explanatory. You press the on button to turn the system on. You press the off button to turn the system off. You will notice that the on button blinks. This means that you will not be able to press the on or off button until the blinking stops. This is also true if the off button is blinking. Your controls are pretty basic. You'll notice the volume knob here. For the most part, you won't have to worry about these input buttons. However, in order to work with the enoboard, you will need to make sure that the PC1 is active in most cases. When there is not a wall control panel, there should be a remote. You should only have to worry about the on and off button. You just have to push it here. Once the system has completely warmed up, you will need to turn on the EnoPen. Now, in order to obtain an EnoPen, you will need to check one out from either your department head, your local instructional aide, or site supervisor. Now, if you aren't sure who administers the EnoPen in your area, you can reach out to the ATS department and we can help you locate them. All you do is remove the cap and press the on button here. The light will flash green, but once it becomes a solid green, a message should display on the screen that says your stylus is connected. This lets you know that your EnoPen is on and ready for use. Once you hit the on button, you will need to wait for the system to warm up. This is a good time to make sure the instructor station is turned on and that you are logged in. This is the magnetic strip. You can think of this as your tool belt. You can take it off and move it around the board freely, just like you would a refrigerator magnet. Now, this tool belt is where you can pick between all the different tools and features available with the enoboard. Let's work our way down the strip and demonstrate each tool and function. This tool is what we call mouse mode. After you select this icon, your stylus will work just like your mouse does on your desktop computer. As you can see, you can click on a window, double-click an icon, or drag and drop just like you would with your desktop mouse. Now, this tool is what we call markup mode. This mode allows you to draw on your desktop or whatever you have displayed on your screen. For example, if you have a PowerPoint up, you can circle or highlight different areas of the screen that you want to emphasize to your student. Here's the marker. As you can see, you can circle anywhere on the display just like you would with a regular marker. This turns your stylus into a highlighter. You can highlight different text on the screen just like you would a regular highlighter. Now, this is the eraser. You can erase anything you have written or drawn with your stylus. Now, if you want to erase everything quickly, you can remove everything from your screen by selecting a trash can. With the trash can, everything is quickly removed. Now, let's say you made a mistake and you did not wish to erase everything from the screen. Well, you can't go back in time, but you can do the next best thing, and that's undo. This icon here is the undo button, and this icon is the redo button. You just select the undo button, and that brings everything back. But we don't want to undo the changes, so we're just going to hit the redo button, and there we go. Now, let's say you have made all these notes and your students are tirelessly trying to jot them all down in their notebooks. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not much of a multitasker, and I can bet you most of your students aren't either. You are either listening to the lecture or you are making notes. Well, the wonderful thing about the enoboard is that you can actually take a screenshot of your notes and save them to your desktop. You can easily upload them to Blackboard if you wish, so your students can grab them anytime, allowing your students to stay focused on your lecture. Click on this save icon here. A message will display letting you know the screenshot has been successfully saved. If you would like to quickly open the screenshot, all you need to do is click on this icon here. The folder location opens up. The location all screenshots will be saved is to a folder called enoboard. You do not need to worry about this icon. Instead of saving your screenshot to a desktop folder, this would allow you to save to a cloud location. However, the ATS department has not yet configured this, so even though it may say that it is saved, nothing is saved. Now, moving on to Spotlight mode, if you select this icon, this allows you to utilize the Spotlight tool. As you can see, you can spotlight certain areas of the screen that you want to emphasize to your students. You can click and drag, or you can click here and resize as needed. Once you click on this icon, it displays a mask. This allows you to hide certain areas of the screen, much like you would use a sheet of paper on an overhead projector. For example, you can display math equations and hide the answers from your students so that they can try to solve the problems on their own. And once you're ready, you click and drag to reveal the answers. You can also resize the mask, much like you can with the Spotlight mode. Like so. Now, moving up the magnetic strip, let's take a look at whiteboard mode. This icon is right under the markup mode icon. Right away, you will notice that the screen turns white. This is because you are now working with whiteboards instead of your desktop or whatever you have displayed on your computer screen. First, I want to point out that you can select any of these colors to change the color of your stylus. You can also change the color of your stylus in markup mode as well. If you do not like any of these colors here, you can select the color palette as well. Once you select this icon, a window will pop up on the screen. You can select any of the colors you see here. However, if you don't like any of these colors, you can hit the Custom tab and customize your selection. You can play with this bar or change the numbering to customize your color. You can see what your current color is and what your new color will be in the right-hand corner. When you're satisfied with your selection, click OK. You can choose how thick you want your marker or highlighter to be by selecting here. Click here to change the line style, or here to change the thickness. We have small, medium, and big. You can also choose the style of line you want to use, but it is important to note that you can only change the line style of the marker stylus. You cannot change the line style of the highlighter stylus. And you can choose a straight line, a slashed line, or a dotted line. Now for this demonstration, I'm just going to use the straight line, the big style thickness, and the color black. If you look here, you will notice a number. This number represents what board you are currently working on. Once you've completely filled up your whiteboard, you can move on to a fresh, clean whiteboard while still allowing you to access this whiteboard periodically. You can sift through the whiteboards with these right and left arrows. As you can see, you have 99 whiteboards to work with. Let's say that you actually used up all these 99 whiteboards, or a good majority of them. Instead of slowly sifting through each whiteboard one by one, you can actually click on this one icon here, and it will bring up your slide sorter. Don't worry about selecting the checkboxes. The checkboxes are for bulk delete, etc. You will need to double click here. Now you may have also noticed that there is a 2 icon here. You click that and that will bring up your browser. It is important to note that when you are in both markup mode and whiteboard mode, your desktop mouse becomes a pen. Moving back up the strip, we can see the keyboard icon. This brings up an on-screen keyboard that allows you to type with your stylus. You will need to make sure that you have a text field to type in. Otherwise, the keyboard will not work. For example, let's bring up Microsoft Word. Click on the keyboard icon here. You could select the keys just like this. Remember, you can type into any text field once you click on that text field with your stylus or mouse. Now, moving down the strip, you will notice the settings icon. You will not need to worry about this icon. The ATS department automatically configures these settings for you. Any changes you make in these settings may potentially render the board non-functional and disrupt your class. The question mark icon here is the help guide. If you click on this icon, it will bring up the user guide. If you feel comfortable or curious, you can check out the enoboard user guide. However, it is recommended that you contact the ATS department for any training or documentation. This last icon is the pen calibration. Normally you won't have to worry about this icon. However, if you find yourself writing or drawing with the EnoPen stylus and where you are pressing your stylus does not match where the marker is displaying, more than likely the EnoPen is out of calibration. And all you need to do, select the calibration icon, just the very last one, and then play this little game, tap in the center, and keep doing it. Until it stops. And that's it. The last thing you should know about the enoboard is that it is a strong, durable board. And just like a whiteboard, you can clean it with normal whiteboard cleaners. You can draw on it with dry erase markers like a regular whiteboard. Erase. And what's even better is that if you accidentally draw on it with a Sharpie, and notice it's not coming off, you just take a dry erase marker, draw over it, and then just use the eraser and erase it just like that. I hope this demonstration showed you just how powerful the enoboard really is and how convenient and easy it is to use. It saves you and your students valuable time and keeps everyone focused on your lecture or class discussion. Working with the enoboard does not just make your lecture easier to present, it makes it exciting and engaging to your students. Start utilizing this powerful tool today.